Konnichiwa! It's me, Tokkuri Yashi. With the release of Shinatsu, now is a great time to look at the second of our elemental tier list. This time it is going to be Wind Physical. All characters are going to be ranked on how regularly they are used in the more difficult content we have in the game. Cloud Battle, Deep Quest, Abyss Battle. Characters at the top of this are ones that you're going to need to be building the most optimal and the best teams for Wind Physical, and gradually getting down to the bottom where characters are not really used at all and you probably won't miss having them. So let's jump into our tier list very quickly then, and we will start then with D tier at the bottom here. These are characters that, well, never really used at all, but maybe once in a blue moon. For Lima, down here right at the bottom, was very good at the beginning of the game, very good as a PvP character, one of the few that actually runs in from the back when the battle starts. That did leave your second character a little bit open for the first attack. All of these characters here, not really used much these days, waiting for upgrades. Hopefully they will shoot up this list in the future if they do get maybe a 6-star, if they get one, or some more unique equipments or unique equipment 2s. Let's look then at the next tier, then C tier, and we can see here quite a lot of characters in C tier. Some notable characters to mention here, perhaps 6-star Mahiru. She is okay for PvP. I do see her in PvP now and again, so if you did have her, you might get some use out of her there. We've got 6-star Aoi, who is also a PvP character. Again, could potentially poke their head up a little bit above the rest in this tier. Has been used for some other modes, very rarely now and again. And the same can also be said for Arisa there, 6-star Arisa. She was using Clan Battle at the beginning of the year, I believe, for Wind Physical, but a lot of characters have come out since then, so I don't know if that's going to continue, which is why they're all down here. Probably pretty rare use, unfortunately, for everyone in this tier. B tier then, occasional use. We have got a few characters that may be notable in here. Perhaps Tomo once was very good, but again, hasn't really been seen much recently. Maybe a positioning has something to do with that, but I suppose it might be the lack of a physical multiple target characters. There don't seem to be many of them on this team. It's mostly the top lots. When we get to them, they're actually single targets. Maybe that's Tomo, perhaps could get a unique equipment too and come back to favour in the future if this tried to work a little bit more multiple target physical for this Wind team. Kurumi, 6-star Kurumi we'll mention here again, another PvP character, pretty good for attack and can be used potentially maybe in Deep Quest in the mob stages as a tank. So yeah, it might pop up a little bit higher than the rest of them in this tier. And 6-star Kokoro at the front too, very versatile support character. You do seem to have better though on this team, which hasn't really been used a lot, but she'll be handy there perhaps to fill a gap if you're missing some of the other characters. Okay, moving on then to the A tier. Now from here onwards, all of these characters are ones that you would really want to have for your Wind Physical team to be able to run any team really that is suggested for these more difficult fights. Who do we want to mention here? Ayumi. Again, it's a PvP character, pretty good PvP character, but can be used in other modes potentially. Same with the Cafe Tamaki. That's been used quite a bit in the 8 tier, the level 8 Deep Quest. Some of the fights there, she is in some of the good teams in there. Same with Rin at the front. The 6-star Rin has been used to tank quite a lot for some of the Deep Quest teams. We've also got, and these were two that were potentially could have moved up to the next tier, or at least be poking between S and A tier, is Ranger Shuri and the Student Aoi. Both good defense down supports for the team, are used quite a bit in some of these teams. They've been pushed out a little bit though because of recent releases for this Wind Physical team. Moving on then, let's move on to our S tier. We're getting up to the top of this team. As we can kind of see here, this Wind Physical team is a bit bottom heavy. It's a bit bottom heavy. There's a lot of characters on this team, 41 in total. Most of them are in the lower tiers, so there are only a few at the very top. So all of those are the ones that you're going to really need to run this Wind Physical team. And, well, it can be a little bit difficult. We have got, well, 2 Rays in here. We'll talk about the 6-star Ray. She got Unique Equipment 2 quite recently, which brought her back into favour. She was used quite a lot in Clown Battle and a few other modes. Very good DPS, sitting quite close to the front though. It was nice to see her back. The same with the 6-star Shiori, another very good DPS archer in the back row. Both of these were top DPSs on this team until we had a few new releases for this Wind Physical team recently, which is why they have just taken a little step back. They will both still be used, I imagine, now and again, and are definitely good to have as backups if you're missing some of the SS tier characters. But unfortunately for them, power creep is starting to bite a little bit. I say maybe with Princess Kokoro, power creep is biting with her. She's a very good support character, but we do have better now, really. But you really would like to have her just as a backup, just in case. So you can maybe still see a little bit of use. The Astral Ray is the last one in there. Mostly for PvP there, but very good in PvP. Which is why I guess we've got her up here as a strong unit. I think she's used probably a bit more than the Princess Ray, which is in the A tier. Same with the Samugi down in the A tier. They are probably good staples for the PvP team. And then Monica next to them, we've kind of gone back a little bit there, in the A tier has been replaced by, as we can have a look here, some of our SS tier characters as the speed buffers. We have got Shinatsu, the latest release for this team here, who is a 200 times speed buffer. I mean, that's why we say taking Monica really out of the picture, dropping her down as a speed buffer for this team. Also, very good damage, a bit of defense down, counter attacks. This Shinatsu does seem to do quite a lot. Summons a clone, which does basically everything that she does. So there's 2 of them on the battlefield. Top character here for this Wind Physical team. Next to her, we have got the Tokkuri, who is also a top tier character for this team. Surprise, surprise, all the most recent releases are in the SS tier. Suppose that's how Gotcha games go. A good supporting character. He also does quite a bit of damage, decent damage as well for this team. And this Tokkuri, her passive, it works very well with the 2 characters next to her, either side, because it scales on the amount of allies. And as we said, Shinatsu, she summons a clone, and so does Wakana. She also summons a little hedgehog. So we have 7 allies instead of the usual 5, which means that Tokkuri is going to be supercharged with those 2 on the team. So yes, Wakana, very, very good character too, helping out, supporting the team, summoning a little hedgehog, which then tanks for the team, which is why the likes of Lima and other tanks on this team are not used too much, because Wakana's hedgehog jumps in front of everybody and takes all of the damage for the team. Super good character, one you would definitely want to run this Wind Physical team. Then we have Anemone there, who is probably, like I said, the single target physical team, doing really, really good. Multiple target, not so good. Anemone is multiple target with her area damage effect. Very good again at helping with the team, lowering attack for the opponents, boosting your own team. Top Prifest character to have, but as we can see, multiple target isn't doing too well. There's Anemone there, you've got Cafe Tamaki. I suppose you could use 6-star Shiori if there's only 2 nodes. She might work there, but not really multiple target. Then you've got Princess Ray, Samugi. So yes, this team definitely needs some upgrades to its multiple target side, but its single target side is doing very well. So there we go. That is Wind Physical tier list. Top characters there. You might think, hang on a minute, there are some missing, and maybe there is, because Wind is one of those elements. It's probably the element which this affects the most. There are a lot of magical characters that work very well on this physical team. So let's bring up the magical characters and mention those that work well on this physical team. At the bottom there, we've got the ceremonial Yui and the 6-star Chica. Both of them do raise physical attack. Neither of them, though, are used much at all, so they're down there in D tier. It's finding space to fit everybody in. But then at the top, we have got 4. We should have 4. We should have 5. Hang on a minute. Yes, there is 5. She was missing. Let's bring her back in then on this team here. At the top then, we have 5 magical characters that work very well on a physical team. We've got 6-star Suzume with their unique equipment too. Very good supporting physical allies, physical damage. Then we've got the Sportsfest Uni and Karin, who are also support characters which don't matter on the damage type. They will buff physical characters as well. But in the double S tier, we have got Theo, who is probably still the best support for this team. Action speed buffer, even though Shinatsu does have 200 times action speed, I think Theo is probably still a better option for an action speeder. They'll probably be used together. And then we have Summer Precia, who is magic, but is only ever run on the physical team. So these are all honourable mentions here. Precia, too, like Korea, has a passives that are scaled on the allies, number of allies that we have. So again, running Shinatsu and Wakana with her gives her extra allies, makes her even stronger. So once we've finally got there, this is the physical wind team and the units which are the most valuable to have, so you can run the top teams, the most optimal teams, the highest damaging teams, where we need to use a wind physical team. So let me know what you think of this tier list. I am Tokkuri Yashi, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again for another video. Bye 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 bye. Hey!